Hey everybody, this is Jason doing another binder video since this was very popular, surprisingly. With a lot of people, I didn't realize binders were so popular. Well, I got a ton. So the next one up I'm doing is Mike Piazza. As you all know, he came up as a Los Angeles Dodger. And he went on to with the New York Mets. And I can't remember, I think he was with maybe another team or two. I'm not a huge Mike Piazza fan, but again, he was real popular in the 90s when I was a kid. And so I'm going to show you what all I have of him. A lot of these cards would be up for trade if y'all want to trade, because again, Mike Piazza's not like a childhood hero of mine or anything. So if you all see cards in these and you want to do a trade, you just let me know. Remember, Barry Larkin, Don Mattingly, Jose Altuve, and pretty much all the Japanese baseball players. So those are my main guys. So we're going through here. If I have enough time, I might switch to one other player. We got Piazza with Barry Bonds. Maybe I should get a little bit closer. I was too far away those first two pages, maybe. Okie doke, there you go. You have some more Mike Piazza. There's Piazza with, I think, what, Tony Gwynn. Look, all sliced up. I'm not for sure, what was it, 93 his rookie year, maybe? I don't know if I have any Mike Piazza rookie cards. He's kind of like one of those, I think he's a Hall of Famer, isn't he? If he isn't, I'm surprised. If he is, I can't remember if he is. I feel like he doesn't get much hobby love and or just like people don't talk about him much. As far as like his rookie cards and things like that, they're on the low end. And I could be speaking out of turn, honestly, but I don't really remember the outcome of what I was asking about when it comes to if he's a Hall of Famer or not. I think he is. I want to say he is. But, again, he doesn't get much hobby love. Much hobby love, or HL for hobby love. Look at him with his arms out. He's like, what? What? Come at me, bro. I got something for you. Oh, yeah, there he is with the Padres. I thought he was with the Padres later on in his career. Oh, there he is over there with the Oakland Athletics. I thought I was going to start lying on myself because I'm like, well, maybe he was with just the Mets and the Dodgers. But he did spend some time apparently with the Padres and the A's. Just some more Mike Piazza love.
Oh, you're showing pictures. I was like, oh, what are you doing? I was like, oh, you're trying to show that.
Yeah. Well, there he is, switcher from the Padres to the A's. Man, I had a lot of Piazza cards. I didn't realize I had. I'm like, this is like my 8th or 9th page, I think, was flipping. Let's get down here and see who's in this picture with you. Ivan Rodriguez and Jason Kendall, other catchers. So I know Pudge is a Hall of Famer. Almost fell out of my chair. That would have been embarrassing for everybody, but mostly me. Rookie sensation, 1993. I was correct. I really like this card right here. I got to pull this out of a pack. It was a National Trading Card Day, as you see. That's kind of a neat card. It's not a common card. I don't believe that you can find in the wild too much. I think you had to get those packs and open them. There's the Rookie Cup card people always talk about. Oh, and then my last one.
I'll take the house.
Right there. of Mike Piazza. You already all saw my Barry Larkin, so I'm going to switch over that real quick. And then I think after Barry Larkin was Derek Jeter. So let's do Jeter. My Derek Jeter cards. Now I do like Derek Jeter. I will hold on to these. I don't have a whole lot of Derek Jeter cards because he was popular when I was not collecting in the mid 90s, all the way through the early aughts. So a lot of his cards I missed out on. And then I got back into it in the mid aughts, and he was still playing. But you know, at that time I was an adult and I had a family and had bills and all that stuff. So that's after that, it's kind of more difficult to track down some of his cards. I like those old bazooka. I say old, but I like those just bazooka cards. I thought they were cool. And stuff like this is what always confuses me, because you have the upper deck with the little silver emblem, and then you have the first pitch, which is like their low end. It's kind of like the Topps opening day. It's the exact same image, and sometimes it threw me off when I would go back and look at the cards. I'm like, what? This is different? Say what? There's Derek Jeter doing like a Superman. I really like this Derek Jeter Topps Gallery. Really cool.
Yeah, I got a bowl.
We got a
I have a bowl.
Chrome Jeter and a regular Jeter there. We got a Alfonso Soriano, a Rod, and a Derek Jeter, which I find interesting because all three of those guys are Yankees at some point in time or another. But in that picture, who would have thunk the A-Rod would have ended up there?
Yep. See someone? I don't think he has a gun now. That Gypsy.
There's the opening day we were talking about this a few moments ago, how it's the same image, just to a lower product, a lower end product. Very cool, very cool. I guess I had more Derek Jeter pages than I thought. I know probably most of you guys don't know these other guys. Yogi Berra, never heard of. Reggie Jackson, sounds kind of familiar. Joe DiMaggio. Did he own a pizzeria somewhere, or maybe New York, in the city? Those other guys I don't really know. Derek Jeter's pretty familiar to me, though. There's another great action shot of Derek Jeter. Just being an amazing shortstop.
Oh.
What do you all think about Derek Jeter going to the Miami Marlins and then pretty much just selling away all their top talent?
Kid, can I get this deal?
What do you all think about that? I'm not a big fan of that kind of thing. I know you have to kind of clear some, you know, money to like rebuild and things, but man, dude, they got rid of all their top their top players. I just don't know if I'm a big fan of just like completely getting rid of your top players in the hopes that you can rebuild. It's kind of amazing that Derek Jeter has the number 2, which you know is going to be retired by the Yankees, and how that number 2 survived from the time of, you know, Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig, you know, Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, Whitey Ford, all those guys. How it survived, number 2 never got picked up by one of the big megastars, and they got retired prior to Derek Jeter getting it. There's going to be so few numbers for the Yankees to ever use down the road for their future players, prospects, whatnot. They're going to end up having to go into like triple-digit numbers because they've like retired how many numbers from the Yanks? Well, there's it, guys. We got about finished on the 10-minute mark. So again, thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Again, support each other, respect each other, love each other. And as Pepino Man says, love the hobby.